そろそろ寝るか。
Sleep sounds good. It's 5 in the morning when I check my PC clock, fighting back a yawn. Today too, I spent ages hunting in ESO, but no monster has dropped the rare item I'd been looking for. I know how that feels. RNG can be a bitch. No success even after pulling an 8-hour marathon. Well, this kind of thing happened a lot. I glanced quickly at the side of my desk. Then I leaned to the ice sword I brought yesterday. I left it close enough that I could take it up at any time. On a side note, this stone didn't radiate any light whatsoever. I was hoping that, sooner or later, it would metamorphose into one with cool shape as Senna's, but inside my monitor, Grim's avatar happened to be right in the middle of leveling up. My night hideouts reached the maximum level, so he wouldn't be going any higher. Rubbing my sleepy eyes, I thought to myself, maybe it's getting to be time for me to create a new character, the third after Liselot. Experience points, huh? That's a familiar enough concept in RPGs, but I thought experience points also existed in real life. When I first started ESO, even I was a baby who didn't know right from left, but now I could boast of being the strongest in Bastelat, with my name of Nighthide der Blitzschnelle, known all throughout the land. For example, it wasn't unthinkable that the person behind me might, by some chance, happen to lose some of the experience points he'd built up. That would suck. Then maybe it would be all too natural for me to forget things I'd known. Maybe the fuzziness in my memories could be traced back to the same source. And then there was Shogun and the demon girl. Before my experience points got cleared, perhaps it had been perfectly normal for me, the person behind me, to post under the handle of Shogun in chats and spend time in real life with the demon girl, with Rimi. No, this was certainly improbable, but in the past, I might have possessed a power capable of letting me square off with the demon girl. I was the only person who had thoughts like this. Although I felt like it wasn't a particularly strange or mysterious way of thinking, because the only thing human beings have to go by are the fundamental standards they've come up with on their own. Maybe even now, not just me, but everyone in the whole world, was judging everything, I should say, wrong while living out my day-to-day life. When I was little and went to the dentist, he told me, "You're a good boy for putting up with so much pain." At the same time, it made me think that I was kind of amazing for enduring the pain all the way through, and I simply became proud of myself. Thinking back on it now, however, the comment had probably been based on judging the degree of pain by the relative progression of the cavity. And even with the exact same level of pain, might be people who could bear it and people who couldn't. Sure, I guess there are people who have higher pain tolerances than other people. In other words, I suspected that people might be utterly different in how they recognize and experience such sensations. Take giving birth, for instance. Online, I'd often seen people saying that though women are able to hold out through the pain of labor, it would be inherently impossible for men. That's kind of a skewed comparison, I guess. Take marathon runners, for instance. Maybe they excel not because of the power of their bodies, but instead because of their ability to endure pain. They say this in Masochist, for instance. I almost said example. I tend to switch words a lot somehow. If there are people who enjoy hurting others, then there are also those who feel pleasure when others hurt them. In short, I figured that the way people felt things and strength of the inner nature, their ability to put up with it, varied from person to person. Perhaps the level of pain and toothaches and headaches I endured from time to time and far surpassed the range of pain an ordinary person could take. And if I passed the same level of pain on to someone else in the same manner as a relay runner passing on his baton, the agony of it would make them go into shock and die. The conclusion this led to was a selfish delusion that maybe I was this very special type of human being.
特殊な人間か。っていうか、何を大げさな。
But I've rejected that idea. Surely everyone had these kinds of delusions. Every man longs to be the strongest in the world. Everyone wants to think they're special, that they've been chosen. They want to think a dramatic, stormy life, like in TV shows and movies, is awaiting them in their future. It was the so-called yearning to be a hero. More crudely, being self-centered. Of course, I too had those kind of desires. Indeed, it might be my destiny to defeat the demon girl. But then, if I were told to carry on without in real life, I'd require that a number of conditions first be met. At the least, the one thing I would need was the ability to use cheat code. Really? For stuff like secret attacks or perhaps invincible mode. Really, dude? I didn't want to undergo any pain or fear. That's just a week. If I couldn't do that, if in other words I was supposed to do it with my own power, I definitely wouldn't. Which was why, if the person behind me accidentally let my experience points get wiped, it could cause me tremendous damage. And another school day. Today I got to school just in time not to be late. I guess it was indeed unreasonable to play online games until morning on the day I had to go to school. I wouldn't have made it if I hadn't run. When I reached the front of the classroom, I breathed deeply to collect myself. I mustn't do anything to draw my classmates' attention. For me, coming late would be a fatal mistake. My life would implode as soon as some juvie set his eyes on me. I eased my way into the classroom. My face was lowered. I mustn't lock eyes with anyone. Of course, I didn't give them any kind of thoughtless greeting like good morning. I turned myself into air and speak to others pick up on my existence as little as possible. Then headed for my seat. I always did things the same way. And today as well. I made it to my seat without encountering any problems and lowered myself into it. I soon plastered myself flat against my desk. At this rate, I'd be safe until homeroom started. But I only relaxed for a breath until someone tapped me light on the back.
Yo, タク。今週は3回も学校来てんじゃねえか。真面目だな。
Of course, it's Misumi-kun. Misumi-kun again. I was kind of sick of him. I'd feel bad ignoring him, so I started to raise my head and hesitated. Was this Misumi-kun the real one? The day before yesterday? I don't know if the demon girl told me and called him. At the time, it acted undeniably strange. To begin with, It answered by saying that the demon girl was our classmate, as if it were perfectly normal, even though I knew it wasn't so. Maybe the demon girl had brainwashed Mitsumi-kun. On the contrary, there was also the possibility that she switched him with someone else. I don't know, that's just way too paranoid. But maybe he is, like I said, experimented upon. And that's the reason he's so paranoid.
おい、どうした？早くも爆睡モードか？
An electronic sound suddenly rang from through the classroom. I sensed a faint vibration in my chest. It was my cell phone. Shit, no of all times. I guess it's Mitsumi-kun calling. Because idiots would call me at a time like this. On top of that, even though I was sure I set it to vibrate, the ringtone was ringing at the same time. I might have messed up the settings.
お、鳴ってるぞ、タク。
I know that much. Should I hurry up and answer it? But if I did, Mitsumi-kun would know I'd only been pretending to sleep. Besides, I don't like talking on the phone. Except if I didn't pick up, it would bother the rest of the class, judging by how my ringtone was reverberating through the classroom right now. Things were pretty damn bad. I wasn't supposed to stand out. This was incredibly bad.
おーい、出ないのか？マジで寝てる？
Shit, while I was wavering over what to do, I'd completely lost my chance. I couldn't move. Just then, the sound and vibration died down. It must have switched to voicemail. I let out a relief breath in such a way as to keep Mitsumi-kun from catching me at it. I'd be trying to learn how to use voicemail.
なあ、タク、相手は誰だ？まさか女か？この前一緒に帰ったあのメガネの子だろ？そうなんだろ？
Wait, it wasn't you? Damn it, you're so noisy. Please don't do anything more than interfere with me, because that phone call already made me stand out much more than I should have. And Mitsumi can always be this persistent. Though his wordness remained the same, I felt like he'd been a little more sensitive in the past.
やめなよ。
Voice. I heard that voice from close to Mitsumi-kun.
そっとしておいてあげたら、大臣。なんだか疲れてるみたいだし。
Well, I guess gaming till 5 in the morning does that to you. She was in this classroom, as though it was natural for her to be here.
どうせゲームのやりすぎだろ？
Oops, yeah.
お前、タクに甘すぎるぜ。
だって大臣は女の敵だし、そういう人には優しくしません。
She was chatting away as though it was natural for her to do so. She was blending in as though it was natural for her to belong with us. I was too horrified to raise my head. I didn't want to acknowledge the fact that she was here.
ま、別にお前に優しくしてもらわなくても、俺には優しくしてくれる女はたくさんいるんだよ。
だから、そういう発言が良くないんだってば。彼女さんが聞いたら泣くよ。今の大臣の彼女が誰だかわかんないけど。ほら、チャイム鳴った。先生来るよ。
Well, I guess Mitsumi-kun doesn't have a good comeback at that. Roast. Had the demon girl truly been my classmate from the beginning? No, that was impossible. 2 days ago, he hadn't been here. At least, the only person who'd come to talk to me that day was Mitsumi-kun. Yesterday, I hadn't come to school. And today she was here. How? And she weren't her way in. When the chime signaling the start of homeroom rang, everyone took their own seats. Sensing that, I gingerly raised my head. I surveyed my surroundings with my eyes alone. I wanted the voice from earlier to have been an illusion. To prove that to myself, I had to make sure that the girl wasn't anywhere in this classroom. I didn't see her. I didn't see that girl's form anywhere. Has she been an hallucination after all? My seat was in the 5th row from the front. There were 9 rows in total. She wasn't in any of the rows in front of me. Which meant behind me? But I couldn't turn around. I couldn't do something so likely to catch others' attention. Shit. I felt incredibly fidgety. Was she really in here or not? So paranoid. My neck muscles weren't prickling. No one was looking at me. I didn't feel a gaze. Was she? Wasn't she? Which one? Staring steadily down at the top of my desk, I attempted to search out that girl's existence by her presence alone. Right then, I heard the sound of her homework teaching entering the classroom. I'd forgotten his name. I had the feeling that it'd been something like Tsukachi or Tsukada. He was a PE teacher who graduated from a PE college, a total musclehead. But he wasn't hot-blooded and didn't use corporal punishment. If I had to put it one way or the other, I'd say he was the type to get a joke. For some reason, the class started going into motion, but at the moment my attention was completely occupied with seeking out the demon girl. I could possibly detect her through her presence alone. This was the manga. Was I a fool or what?
今日から転校生が入ることになった。
Another transfer student? The teacher muttered. I see, that was the reason there'd been a fuzz.
ほら、折原、みんなに挨拶しろ。
Oh, she sounds nervous. I haven't heard the transfer student speak. Was there really someone here? I cast a look at the teacher's podium. Ah, she's really nervous. There's someone there, no doubt about it. She was remarkably small, maybe even more than the Runtan enemy. Just the Moe type who looked like a little timid and gave off an aura of having been bullied. I say she reached the so-so level for a 3D girl. For some reason, she was facing down, and the corners of her eyes were full of tears. Oh. So shy and nervous, it's adorable. My classmate's commotion increased in response to the fact that she wasn't trying to say anything. My teacher patted her on the shoulder unconsiderately.
どうやら折原は緊張しているようだな。よし、挨拶はいい。
I guess that's only natural.
みんな、この子は折原梢だ。仲良くしてやってくれ。折原、席は一番後ろだ。席についていいぞ。
Without saying a single word, the transfer student bowed her head and began walking my way. The seat was 4 rows behind mine. I wondered if I should pretend to watch the transfer student walk to the back in order to check the faces of people in the rows behind me. Really, sometimes he's just thinking too much, and he's too self-conscious. But that itself would be fairly attention-grabbing behavior. No, it wouldn't. I mean, everyone would be curious about the new student, so... But also the dread that the delinquents might pick up a meaningless fight with me, saying, "Don't start drooling over the transfer student just because you think she's cute." Would they really pick fights about that? What should I do? Should I turn around? Or would it be better to wait until homeroom ended? I hung my hand and clenched my fists. It was no good. I didn't have the guts to do it. But if I turned around and my eyes met the girls, the thought of it made me shudder. My voice undoubtedly had reached my ears. The transfer student passed close by my desk. Yeah, I guess they were both very timid. Before I knew it, I'd unconsciously raised my face. The transfer student paused beside my desk for the barest of seconds, but she didn't turn towards me. Wait, does she say that he's like me because we're both timid, or is there another reason, I wonder? That was all. The transfer students soon retreated further and further away from my seat. Turn around, come on, turn around. Had she been speaking to me? Why had she started talking to me all of a sudden? I resembled her? Just glad we were in the same class. Had we met once before? No, I had absolutely no recollection of her face. Unlike in a certain arrogance, I didn't have a childhood friend I'd played together with in the distant past. Was I becoming popular with girls after all? Or else? Was that transfer student too one of the demon girl's subordinates? Oh, so paranoid. So, that dragnet had tightened around me yet again. I was in the midst of running out of places to flee to. Homeroom came to a sudden end. While I thought frantically about the new doubts that had risen in my head. It was about 5 minutes until the first period class started. Mr. Mikun was charging towards the transfer student's seat. Of course he is. It looked like he meant to start hitting on her out of left field. My other classmates also seemed deeply interested in her, and the classroom had grown more wild and boisterous than usual. At a glance, it appeared to be a nonchalant, peaceful tableau. But to me, it was virtually the same as being behind enemy lines. My heartbeat wouldn't calm down, my whole body was tense, and it took immense courage for me to move even a single finger. My impulse to turn around warded my reason, which told me I mustn't.
Taku?
Oh, that voice. Uh-oh. And he's already so nervous. I almost stopped breathing. The inside of my head went pure white. I heard a voice from close behind me. Oh no. She really was here. She existed in this place.
具合悪そうだけど。
You're not helping. You're not helping.
平気？
No. Run. You're gonna run. No matter how I thought about it, my legs were trembling, and it didn't seem like I'd be able to stand up well. While I stayed frozen, the demon girl, Saki Hatarimi, wriggled around in front of my desk.
汗びっしょり。風邪でもひいたんじゃない？
I love how the creepy music starts. In the same way as 2 days ago, she spoke to me as though she were a word for me. In the same way as 2 days ago, she held a handkerchief with a soft floral scent to it. Instead of accepting it, I hastily wiped him sweat with my hand.
なんて。
何？
Nervous breakdown incoming. I couldn't meet her eyes, but I could tell from the tone of her voice that she was smiling. I just imagined that in his head. He basically literally fills in the blanks right now, like the bottom half of her face smiling, but then the top half of her face and her eyes are just creepy as hell.
ねえねえ、さっき何話してたの？
I can imagine that she might just be curious. Because, gee, a girl's talking to him. But to him, it's like one big conspiracy somehow. Amy crouched in place, so her eyes were on the same level as mine, and propped her chin up to her hands. She took a peek at my face. I desperately averted my eyes. Damn it, she seemed determined not to let me escape. My anxiety threatened to tear open my heart. Somebody save me.
すっごく気になる。
What was she talking about? What said what to me?
転校生。あの子がタクの机の横を通るときに小声でさ、ボソボソーっと。この人似てる。
But in what way? Are we similar?
同じクラスでよかった。もしかしてあの子と知り合い？
Mimi was still smiling, but was it my imagination that her voice had started shifting into more of a demanding tone as she was interrogating me?
タクってリアルの女の子に興味ないんじゃなかったっけ？
We're not?
もしかして本当は興味あるの？
I don't know. What do you plan to do after asking that? Did she mean to pump me for personal information and then abuse it? Begin by stating the conclusion, I'm not interested in 3D girls. I always said that sorely.
じゃあさ
No, she's just excited, she's just curious. With no ulterior motive, I guess.
私にも実は興味あったりする？
Maybe she does have an ulterior motive and she wants Taku's attention somehow. Chill ran down my back. I almost thought the phrase was a chill down my spine. I guess back is the same. But I just wiped it. A fresh sweat sprang up on my forehead. Nurse will do that too. Had that been an event notice that she would kill me? Or was the demon girl inviting me to become a comrade? Or else, did she intend to seduce me and trap me by acting my way? The danger signals rang on and on in my head. Don't talk with the demon girl any longer, otherwise she'll destroy me.
タク？
I was frantic. I managed to stand up hastily and dash out of the classroom, running into other people's desks here and there along the way.